I'm gonna need another pair of hands. Do you mind?
No problem.
Maybe a couple more.
Give me 2 shakes.
Thanks. Well, you're in good hands. I am going to let these two just take care of your hair for a moment, and I'm gonna take a look at you if you don't mind. Okay, just speeds everything up. So, stress extraction. Is there a particular reason why you wanted to do this? Well, it's a pretty easy process. So, I take care of the big stuff. I do all the detail work, and I clean up after these two. And I'm just gonna let them do a little bit of, there we go, do a little bit of cleanup real quick. Just so everything is nice and tidy. And then everybody kind of does their own thing a little bit. Okay. See a couple places I can start. So why don't we go ahead and get to the big tweezers here. Okay, so I'm just going to pull some of this big stuff here and then just let that go. Okay, and there's probably going to be a lot going on here. See if I can, I'm going to get a hold of that one. Okay, let's shake that off. Good. Can you hand me that brush? No. Wow, that's the thanks I get for lending you the entire Yu-Gi-Oh series. They were all on VHS. And no one watches VHS anymore. I do. Enough. Forgive us. This is supposed to be professional. Why don't we just... having the hardest time with this one. Let me see. I need to get a better look at it, I think. Yeah, it's pretty ingrained in there. You've got a lot going on that almost seems like you think it's supposed to be there, but I can tell you it is not. I mean, certainly stress is helpful in some ways. It allows us to keep moving forward. It motivates us to a point. It allows us to become better people sometimes. But that one right there, that doesn't serve any purpose. It's just dragging you down. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to do a little more poking at that one. So this might seem like a bit of a weird tool here, But what we're gonna do is just poke at it a little bit, see what happens. Yeah, this is a professional stress extraction. Some of the most simple techniques work the best, really. I might have to work around that one for now. It's pretty ingrained. What about over here? Yeah, let me see if I can just tease out some of this. Hey, does this spot look strange to you? Kind of looks like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Full series, but it's on VHS. Oh my god, you are such a media elitist. Guys, can we not? Yeah, it does look a little strange. Let me get in there. I don't know what I want to do with that one. Let's just play around with it a little bit. Okay, so from what I see here, I'm just gonna pull your hair a little bit apart from this spot. And just tuck that. Okay. A little bit more. Ooh. See if we can just part that a little bit better. Okay. Got good eyes on that. So what I'm thinking here, I'm gonna have to go in and just rough it up a little. So I'm just gonna hold right here just so I can keep you still if you don't mind. Okay, let me know if I need to reposition. Oh, I'm actually going to. Do you mind if I just hold right here? There we go. That's it. That's already looking much better. It looks like from how the Terrible Twins are doing, a lot of this is actually coming out pretty easy. I'm just gonna hold right here. Just a couple of spots we need to be a little more focused on. Yeah, I think right there. Good. Now, I think a lot of that is real small bits, so let's just going to tease this little bit out. Thought that would come a little easier. I might have to go back to this one as well. You've got a lot just really built in there, don't you? I mean, I could say that, that's not healthy, right? But I'm certain you already know that. Not something that's by conscious choice. That's okay. That is okay. We will get you a clean slate. And, oh, you know what? Maybe I can get, okay, let me just, we will get everything squared away. Now, I do have to warn you that even though we're getting rid of a lot of this stress, the brain loves patterns, even maladaptive ones. So, I just need this bit. So you might slip into some of those. Sometimes it helps to keep a log, if you will, so you have a record of if things start to go back to the way they were. You have a little rundown of what happened, what you brought back in your life, what patterns you resumed. Okay, I'll just go back to this one. It's much easier. That's up to you. A lot of people, once they shed all of the stresses, they really like the kind of person that they are when they're a lot less burdened. But some people, it makes them who they are as well. So it's really just however you want to go about it. It's all up to you. Okay, I think I can go in. Got a lot of that loosened up. So let's try to do one of these. Oh, did I speak too soon? Sure might have. However long it takes. I'll get this all squared away. Might have to do a little bit of leverage here. I can get underneath that a lot easier. Let me go ahead and just move your hair a bit. Okay. Here. It's a bit easier to see. There it is. Alright. Good. Let's get that all worked off. And I can move somewhere else. There we go. Alright. Now. Well, I'm really glad that, don't tell them this, but I am glad I have a couple of helpers for this. Do you mind if I move your hair back? Okay. I would not hear the end of it if they knew. But this will go a lot quicker. It can take one person a couple hours, a few hours for a stress load this large. But I imagine we'll get this one squared away pretty well. Well, okay, well, I think we need a little scrapey action here, so I'm just going to hold you still. Nope, not there. There we go. Dang, is that uncomfortable at all? Okay, so hold still. There, that one's a lot easier. Good. As we start pulling up some things, other things are going to get a little easier. Let me just give this a couple pokes. A lot of this is pretty interconnected. So we get rid of a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and we can start pulling everything else up by the roots. Right in there. That's so much more helpful. Would it help if I lent you a VHS player? The series is like 220 episodes. That would take way too long. That's okay. I have 2 more at home. Why do you have so many VHS players? Portability? If I'm feeling froggy, I like to watch movies when I'm not home. Getting a little more difficult without the auxiliary cable ports, though. Pretty much down to the dentist's office and my granddad's gym. Why don't you just watch movies on your phone? Why would I? I can watch Titanic anywhere as long as I've got a box TV and my VCR. Okay. You two are not allowed to talk for the rest of the extraction. Most unprofessional people I've ever worked with. They've got 2 brain cells between them. They're both fighting for 3rd place. Okay, still here. Almost got it. Okay, let's see what we got. I'm just gonna hold you here. There we are. Okay. Excellent. I think that we are really making some headway here. Especially now that it's a little more quiet. Okay. There we are. This can be such delicate work. You have to be very careful, very mindful. A little bit more. Gonna do a little bit of finagling. Let's see if I just open that up a bit. Okay. Your head's gonna look a lot neater when we're all done, I can promise you that. It's kind of looking like the equivalent of, you know, how everybody's got the box. The box of all the miscellaneous wires, electronic bits. They probably got a bunch of cables from old phones or DVD players, video game systems, computer cables. There's probably a mouse in there, like a computer mouse, not an actual mouse. Although you never know. Okay, this one's getting a little easier. I think I'm gonna have to do a few more things elsewhere before we can get that one. But yeah, a lot of times that's kind of what people's heads look like before we pull out all those wires. We categorize them and wrap them up real nice, and then we throw them out. Because if you haven't used any of those wires in 10 years, you're likely not going to. You probably already bought a replacement. Don't even ask. I do have one of those boxes at home. No, I do not take my own advice. Alright, well, let's see what else wants to act up. Glad we're getting a little bit of cleanup and detail work. I like getting the bigger stuff. It can get a little tedious, I suppose, trying to do all the little bits. Good. Yeah, I think right about there. That one we can get a little more into. Maybe I shouldn't have jinxed it. Okay, well, I think I got things loosened up. Okay, I'm gonna hold you still. It's kind of a weird clump here. Let me see if I can just get a little hold on that. There we go. Some things are just really embedded. Others are like vines of ivy. If you've ever seen them growing up a house, there's not actually a lot holding it there, but there's enough going on that it's still a pain to take that all off. No, that's not really. Well, let's see. So what do I got here that might work a little bit better? A little bit better. Well, I suppose I'll have to get at the roots here. Mind if I move your hair? I'm gonna ask every time. Just don't want to randomly be messing with your hair. That feels a little strange if you're not expecting it. Okay. Have you been feeling any sort of changes while we've been doing this? Yeah, it might take a little bit for you to really feel a difference. On the other hand, some people, they walk out of here and all of a sudden it just, everything seems a little easier and colors seem brighter and the world is your oyster once more. Personally, I hope you have something more like that. So that's a magical kind of feeling. Okay, let's see. Oh, no, almost got it. There we go. Good deal. Now, don't worry, before we're done with everything, we will straighten your hair back out, as I'm going to be a little brutally honest, it's a bit all over the place, but get this little bit, but it'll be easy to put back in place. Let's see. few bits here. I don't mind helping out a little bit. I can see that one big area. Makes me wonder what that is. Don't worry, I won't ask. That one belongs to you. But everybody's got a center, right? Something that most of their stresses and whatnot can be traced back to. If just this one thing changed, many other things might follow. So hopefully we can get that all figured out for you. Good. Okay, so let's see if we can switch back. Alright, so we had right here. There we go. Okay, all the big stuff's coming much easier now that we've pulled out the roots. Now you just take the tops and toss them. Oh, that one in the middle, that one is super loose. Can I get that with this? Not quite yet. Okay. That's alright. Mind if I move your hair? There we go. Just get that out of the way. Okay. This one I wouldn't say is unrelated, but it's just not as connected to everything else. Some things are their own things. A lot of it is often just built upon a foundation of other things, other stresses. It's this big cascade, but some of it is just all on its own. It can, of course, become a foundation for other things, but in and of itself, just is what it is. But I think, let me just poke around this one a little bit. I think this might be our missing piece for the big one, the big thing. Yeah. Okay. Let's try to get this little bit here. There we are. Good. Getting all squared away. Good. Alright, well, that one looks pretty good. I'll let them figure out all the little bits and bobs, and I want to try that one. The big one. See if we can tease it out a bit more. Okay, so even just like this. I can see the tail ends and I can see the beginning. We've just got to get in that middle there. Okay. Oh, it's a little slippery. That does not want to come out, does it? Let's see. Again. Okay, what about... Oh. Think we might have gotten it. Think that might be it. Let's just look a bit more. Okay. Maybe. Okay. Let's pull that. And yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna take a little look. Make sure everything looks good. I'll let them keep doing just a little bit of cleanup and getting the last little bits. And let's see. Okay. I'm gonna go in and just help them out. Get everything cleaned up. Your head looks much less like the communal box of whatever, and more like someone who has the potential to take this wherever they want. Good. Okay. Just make sure there's nothing else here. Mind if I move your hair? Yep, there we go. Good. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to bring your hair all forward and should be able to get that all straightened out. So I'm going to let them go ahead and comb out your hair. Let's see. So, professional extraction. Okay, so there were several big lumps and knots and a few little bits. Today's date. Good. So you are not going to be able to do this again for at least a year, because when you're starting out and nothing is really stressful, then when things are stressful, it seems much more than it might actually be. So we'll give you a little bit of an adjustment period, but you can have little tune-ups, which basically just takes a look at what you're doing and tries to see if there's something else you could be doing that might help. So you can do those every 6 months. Full treatment. Okay, so 2026 would be the earliest you could do that. So, how you feeling? Okay, well, it looks like these two did do a good job. Thank you. Thank you. And I will go ahead and let you get on with the rest of your life. Thank you so much for coming here to have this professional stress extraction. I hope it does you a world of good. And I hope you have a whale of a day and a good rest of your night.